18 minutes away from 10 now on the Radio Wammo Breakfast.
You're listening to the Radio Wammo Breakfast, only on Kiwi.
From Throng TV, it's throng.co.nz/TV. It's Hamish Coleman-Ross to talk TV on the radio, if you will. Good morning, Hamish.
Good morning, Wammo. How are you?
Good. It's the TV apocalypse.
It is the television, a New Zealand television apocalypse. It's arrived.
What's going on, Hamish? Tell us.
Everything's gone wrong, Wammo. Like, everything this week is just like last week and even now. I don't even know where to begin. I guess we'll start small. Actually, let's start international.
Okay.
Flight of the Conchords done.
Gone.
No more.
No surprises there, though, huh?
No real surprises there. In fact, there'd been a lot of talk about whether or not they even really wanted to do a season 2.
Now, were they contracted in for more seasons or something? Was that
No,
what's going on?
no, they weren't. I think they were going season by season contract, but you know, HBO definitely wanted it.
Yeah.
But I think it was Brett and Jermaine who turned around and said no.
Yeah. Did they jump the shark with the second? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I think so. What had happened was it was very rushed, the second season. You've got to remember some of the songs, I mean, here at Kiwi, I'm sure you guys know, some of those songs they've been playing for 10 years for the first season.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of wrote them into a show.
Yeah.
Whereas for that second season, they were concurrently writing songs and the script and... quote unquote, they said that was a very difficult thing to do.
Yeah, so they can go on to new projects.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. I mean, Rhys Darby's sorted. He's on everything.
Yeah.
He's got the 2 Degrees thing going on, and
Jermaine's
movies.
on movies.
Yeah, Jermaine's on movies.
He's in the something or other Bronco. The Gentleman Bronco is coming out.
Gentleman Bronco. That's filming down south as well. Is that there's one filming down south these days?
It's already finished.
I'm television. I'm not film.
No, that's true.
I don't know these things.
What
All I
else
know is that Conchords is done, and it's very sad.
Yeah.
But it's done. But no, now the next thing, I guess we'll move on to the mothership, TVNZ.
Yep.
After only a short-lived, controversial, almost 8 years, the charter, the broadcasting charter...
It's gone.
It's gone. They're binning that. That's being chucked out the window. Catch you later.
Well, the National Party's...
Well, the National Party's going to. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, why do you say good?
Well, I always thought that it hindered things, and it was sort of a bit of a waste of time, and in so much as, yes, it's a state broadcaster, but, you know, to me, it's just we don't have enough of a public stake in TVNZ to really dictate what's going on in it.
But didn't it drive... I mean, sure, that it had a lot of faults, this charter, but it drove some programs, some public good programs.
But nobody watched them.
Yeah, but that was... but no, that's not saying nobody watched them. Niche audiences watched them.
Niche audiences watch them, and good for them, but that's why we have things like Triangle and Prime. For niche audiences.
Yeah, but they've got no money to purchase.
No, exactly. So, and I think the fact of the matter is now,
who's gonna make Artsville?
Well, we've got new Artland that's being made by Top Shelf Productions coming out on TVNZ7, so that should be okay. You know, you've got things like
documentaries.
Docos, look, you've still got TVNZ7. If they are commercially viable, they will get made.
TVNZ7's a little bit up in the air, though, under this now as well.
Yes,
so what's
it is indeed.
It is.
I think you'll see that it still keeps going, because I think some of those shows are starting to stand on their own 2 feet. But at the moment, this is the commercial reality. That's why I said television apocalypse.
Isn't it a tragedy, though, that you know that we've always looked towards the BBC as like some kind of holy grail
those
of
days are gone.
public broadcasting.
It's great to have ideals, but we can't afford them.
We'll never have that in New Zealand.
No, we can't afford them. It's that is done and gone. Hey, maybe down the road.
Then, therefore, the rise of the internet.
Absolutely. Viva la internet. So yeah, this is why I say the television apocalypse. You know, that this charter being chucked out, I believe, is a good thing, because I think long term it will help make TVNZ stronger. But at the same time, yeah, I hear what you're saying. But if it's not commercially viable, then you know why do it? There are other services out there that we need to concentrate on.
Don't you think that we're going to see less of New Zealand on air?
Oh, definitely, without a doubt. Look at some of the other channels that weren't relying on public funding, that were doing local shows. Like C4 is a really good example. How many local shows are they doing now? Wow, I don't even know at the moment. I don't even know what's coming back next year. I believe Jono's new show is the only in-house production they're looking at. So apart from their top 40 weekly program, who knows?
Okay,
commercially viable, things are not good.
What else is joining the apocalypse?
Oh dear God, we've got... Samantha Hayes will no longer be the lovely redhead that says goodnight to me.
Tragic.
She's she's not leaving. She's being switched around, and a lovely girl, Rachel Smalley, who used to do stuff on TV3, is coming to take her place.
But wasn't there some rumour that it was going to be the Australian? What's her name? She's just got engaged.
Kate Lynch.
That
Yeah, well,
Lynch
no, there
gonna
was some rumour there, and apparently Kate Lynch ain't happy. She's very unhappy because Sam's being moved to the 6 o'clock. Samantha Hayes, sorry. Yeah. Sam's being moved to the 6 o'clock bulletin, and she'll be doing environmental news from now on. And she'd been wanting.
She likes doing that, doesn't she?
She did. Well, I don't know if you read her Twitter feed when she was on the Greenpeace boat. It was pretty entertaining.
That's
pretty entertaining. But hey, maybe she came back and she realised it was a great experience. And she's a good Southern girl, you know. She likes getting outside and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So as for her as a career as a journalist, it's probably a good thing.
And she's also going to be the official fill-in at 6 o'clock. She's going to fill in for Hillary.
Yes, I believe she will be. Yeah,
right.
Which is what she'd always been angling towards. So our good friend Kate Lynch ain't happy. She thought that she was going to do it. But, yeah, no, let's be honest. There's only room for one Australian at TV3, and it's the television apocalypse. So they got rid of Brenton MP resigns on, his last day officially is the 31st of December. I'm sure he'll be there. Won't he? Why would you not turn up on the last day?
Well, yeah. I'm sure. No, of course, Brenton is very, very popular amongst the staff.
He is, and he's been a great defender of his staff, and I think that's been part of TV3's culture from day one. Has been, they've really, really looked after the staff as best as possible, except in times where blatantly you can't, like it. So Darren McDonald. That's that.
Oh, who was the guy in the punch up as well?
Oh, that was Clint Brown.
Clint Brown.
That's all right. He's working on Sky. He's not it's not all over for Clint. But let's be honest, it was a female taxi driver, and it got a bit heated.
Oh, was it?
Female taxi driver down in Taupo. Yeah, down at the races.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But look, all those aside, Brent Impey was known, and TV3 has that culture for supporting their staff. Absolutely 100% behind them. And they've brought in, the Grim Reaper.
Is he?
I'm going to call him that.
Okay.
Yep. Ian Aldsley, an Australian. We were just talking about it here before, known as a fix-it man. Comes in and fixes problems when AK means we, cut and dice.
Yeah. See a problem, you fix it.
Yeah, and I think the fact that TV3's got a few shows that don't work as well as they could, a la Sunrise, that they've tried to support, and yes, has seen minimal growth over this year. In fact, it's been really, really good, and you've watched them try a hell of a lot harder. I actually thought it was great that they changed around some of their panellists and stuff, and there's a warm feeling to Sunrise.
But isn't the what's his name? The head of news, Roger? Is it Roger? Head of news? He says that Sunrise. He sees Sunrise as kind of like how the 6 o'clock news was when TV3 first started. That it's a slow build.
Roger has said to me in an interview we did earlier in the year. He said, quote unquote, he goes, we're not going to back away from supporting Sunrise. It's a long-term project, but it was a long-term project under Brent Impey and Roger. So, what is Ian Aldsley going to do when he comes in? Does he care? He's going to come in and look at numbers. He doesn't know these people. He's not going to kowtow into egos necessarily. I would be very worried if I was at TV3.
So you reckon there's going to be difficult times at the 3 next year?
It's the television apocalypse.
Yeah.
So it's all grim on the New Zealand scene this week, I think.
Anything else?
Well,
do you want to add to that?
What, the New Zealand scene?
Yeah.
No, that's it, really. It's terrible.
Okay.
No smileys.
Any other news?
Yes, there is. Overseas has seen, so we're talking about the US market here. We've seen the ending of a few major shows debuting in their first seasons. Most notably, my guilty pleasure, the one that I just tell people I love, Glee finished on its final episode on an all-season high.
Okay.
So its 13th episode just rated through the roof, killed out the competition. So that was bloody good news.
So it's coming back?
It will be coming. Well, this is the first half of the first season. What the US tends to do is take a break over the Christmas period, just due to people being away for Christmas, really, and television's not the most important thing for a few hours. And then when they come back, we'll be picking up, and I think they're going to 22 episodes, so yeah, that'll be good. But it finished its first half of the season on an all-time high, which was interesting because it did dip in the middle.
Right.
About episode 4 or 5, Glee in the States had a ratings dip, and a few people went, and went, sure.
Made a comeback.
But it's made a huge comeback.
The soundtrack came out.
The soundtrack came out. I think it's one of the most downloaded things on iTunes. It's going crazy. It's just randomly, though, I heard last night that Bob Dylan's got an album of Christmas carols on iTunes. You should check it out. Apparently it's
excellent.
Quite entertaining.
Awesome. All right. Well, That'll do for today.
That'll do.
I think we've had enough apocalypse.
Oh, mate, it's terrible. But hey, look, the good thing is it's going to give us lots to talk about next year.
All right. One more episode of TV, Talking TV next week. Hamish Coleman-Ross. Check him out on Twitter, twitter.com/HamishCR.